Hi everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel, and today we are going to compare the three signature sneakers from Jordan brand. So if you're a Jordan brand fan or lover, this is a video for you if you're choosing a basketball sneaker from their top of the line collection. Hopefully this video will help you choose between these three. Before we start with this video, if you haven't watched a full performance review of each of these sneakers, I'll be putting the link up here. It will take you to the more detailed performance review of each of these. So guys, what I have here on my left is of course the all-new Jordan 36. This is the newest from the three. And in the middle is the Why Not 0.4. This meanwhile is the oldest amongst the three. And on my right is the Zion 1, Zion Williams signature sneaker. The Why Not is, of course, Russell Westbrook's signature sneaker. And Jordan 36, of course, the main line from Jordan brand. And this is worn by Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic, etc., etc. So let's compare first the uppers of these three. Of course, the uppers, the main highlight of the uppers of these three sneakers is coming from the main sneakers of Jordan brand, which is the Jordan 36, which features the lino weave, which is very thin. I'll be saying the highlights of this upper. It's very thin. At the same time, it doesn't stretch that much. It's very durable for a very thin material. Plus, the main advantage of the upper of the lino weave is it's very well ventilated. If your feet sweats a lot, you will surely love the upper of the Jordan 36. While on the Zion ones, it's also very thin, but not as thin as the ones on the 36 because it has this screen mesh upper, but it has an underlying material, but it is thin. So relatively, the upper of the Zion is still very thin, but of course, the Jordan 36 upper is the thinnest among the three. While on the Why Not 0.4, it has the more traditional upper that you can see in other sneakers. But what I like about the upper of the Why Not 0.4 is it features different kinds of mesh material. So it has a screen mesh here. It has the more traditional mesh on the medial side, while on the lateral side of this colorway, it has this different kind of net mesh that you can find in the jerseys, but it's kind of fused on that area. And on some parts, there's strip stop. So different kinds of mesh on the Why Nots. And the main highlight on the Why Nots for me, if you're just looking for durability in a sneaker in terms of the upper, and of course, maximum support, you will like the Why Not 0.4 amongst these three. While on the Zions, the main advantage on the Zions is it's a little bit thinner compared to the Why Nots, but the Why Nots is the most supportive. The Zion is still supportive, but I'm not too fan of the materials of the Zion because of the screen mesh. It crumples like this, as you can see here in the video. It crumples a bit, but it still gives you the support that you need. And of course, the Jordan 36, if you want comfort, at the same time getting the support and durability, of course, the 36 lino weave is a win. But like I said, durability, Why Nots is the most durable, and in terms of support, the Why Nots is king among these three. And the Zions is the midpoint among these three. While if you're looking for the thinnest material, at the same time still getting that support, but not as supportive as the Why Nots, Jordan 36 still does its job, but ventilation-wise, this is king, and lightness of material around your foot is the Jordan 36. Moving on to the lacing system of these three sneakers. All three sneakers have traditional lacing system, but the only difference is on the Jordan 36, which has the fast lace system, where the lace loops are hidden beneath the material. So comparing it with the Zions, you can see there's two straps here for the support around the forefoot, but going up, it's the more traditional lace loops. Same goes with the Y knots. It has this strap here for lock or fit around the mid part or forefoot part of the sneaker. Then going up, it has a traditional lacing system, but on the 36, you can see the lace loop kind of hidden below the material. So it gives you a nicer fit, in my opinion, based on the three fits. Given that the material on the 36 is really thin, it needs this kind of needs this type of lacing system so that the material will really hug and go inside like this and hug your foot really well. So that's a thing to consider. And as for the tongue of the three sneakers, the Y knots and the Jordan 36 has the most padded tongue, while on the Zions, it has the thinnest tongue. It's not uncomfortable, but I would like it to be like this on the Y knots, or more or less like a Jordan 36, which is just in the middle. The more padded tongue is of course on the Y knots, and the Jordan 36 has the correct thickness of the tongue, which is very comfortable. While if you want a very thin tongue, the Zions will give you, but me personally, I like the Y knots tongue and the Jordan 36 tongue. Let's move on to the heel part of the sneaker. Let's check out first the height of the heel. So the tallest among the three is the Jordan 36, especially around the front of your ankle, where it goes up and goes down and slopes down to the heel part. So as for the heel, the Jordan 36 has the lowest heel but the highest collar in front of your ankle, while the Zion has the highest heel height, while it maintains its height on the heel going to the front of your ankle. But if you want a higher heel but there's a curve in the middle but the same height in front, it's quite similar to the Zions, but the Y knots has a nice ankle bone shape here that makes your ankle bone moves more freely compared to the Zions, because mainly the Zions is made for a bigger man. So the Y knots is made for a shiftier player like Russell Westbrook. So if you're more of a guard, a strong, powerful guard, of course, the Y knots is better for you. But if you're a bigger dude and you want more ankle protection and that security feeling on your mind, the Zions will give you that. And of course, the Jordan 36 is the best of both worlds for both, because even though the Jordan 36 doesn't have that curve around the ankle, but the material is really thin and it's concave inside. And while I was using the 36, my ankle wasn't even bothered that it is higher in front of the ankle. My ankle movement wasn't a problem on the Jordan 36. Hopefully, I help you out in the differences around the ankle height. I know that's a lot, but just play back this video and you will see which one you will like better. Plus the pull tab. All of these have very nice pull tab, but the best pull tab, of course, is on the Jordan 36, which has on the tongue and around the heel. While on the Y knots, it only has the ones in the heel, but it's very easy to put your foot in since it has a bigger opening around the ankle. While the Zion, in my opinion, is the hardest one to go in because of the ankle height, and it has thicker pillows around your ankle. And speaking of the pillows, that is where on the Jordan 36, I just wish that they added more pillows that you can find on the Y knots and the Zions. And I would say the thickest pillows, if you want that feeling around your heel or Achilles, the Y knots will give you the most comfortable lock-in heel feeling on a sneaker. On the Zions, it is very thick on the upper part, but below the heel, right about this part, there's no pillows there. So it just cups you on top of your heel or Achilles. So if this is your foot, so just around here. And the Zions has a similar feeling on the Jordan 36, although the Jordan 36, even on the top part, is really thin. You can see there's not much pillows there. Look at the Zions. It's really beefed up on top. And of course, on the Y knots, the padding is all over from the top to the bottom part of the heel. But don't worry, even though the Jordan 36 has thinner pillows around the heel, I still didn't experience any heel slippage. I actually felt a little bit more heel containment issue on the Zions because it has a big space around the heel or on the bottom of the heel compared to the Jordan 36, which is narrower around the bottom part of your Achilles. The Science has more space on the bottom of the heel compared to the 36. So that's a thing to consider. So 36, even though it doesn't have that much pillow, no problems on the heel containment and lockdown. But if you want maximum heel containment and lockdown on a sneaker, the Y nuts will give you that. Your heel won't be going anywhere on the Y nuts. Now let's move on to the cushion part of the three sneakers. The Y nut features a Phylon carrier, a dual 4-foot zoom unit that is this size. As you can see, this black portion of the Y nuts. While on the Zions, it has a full-length air strobel. It's not zoom, it's air, full-length air strobel, and a bottom-loaded zoom unit that is rectangular around here. While on the Jordan 36, of course, it has a full-length zoom strobel with a 4-foot zoom unit that is this big. So comparing, or the main difference between the three sneakers is on the Zion ones, if you want impact protection, maximum impact protection, the air strobel will give you that. Plus, there's a little bit bounce in the 4-foot, but not too bouncy in my opinion. But if you want impact protection, the Zions will give it to you. Especially the carrying Phylon is a little bit thicker compared to these two. So if you want maximum impact protection and a little bit bounce in the 4-foot, the Zions cushioning is for you. While on the Y nuts, the Phylons is thinner compared to the Scions. So it's a little bit lower to the ground. The bounciness in the 4-foot is really good on the Y nuts. Well, as for impact protection on the Y nut, it is good. You can see how thick the Phylon is on the Y nuts. They're kind of seated here. So it has a very thick Phylon material here for impact protection, especially after breaking the Y nuts in. So if you want more impact protection, a little bit more bouncier in the 4-foot, plus a lower to the ground feel, the Y nuts has a better cushion setup, in my opinion. I like the cushion setup on the Y nuts better compared to the Zions. But of course, the Jordan 36, my favorite cushion setup, full-length zoom strobel plus an unlocked bottom-loaded zoom unit on the Jordan 36. So you will have the best of both worlds. Very bouncy feel from the 4-foot to the heel, plus extra bounce here in the 4-foot. But as for impact protection, the impact protection is still good here on the Jordan 36. It kind of has a different impact protection feel compared to the Y nuts because you will immediately feel the zoom unit below your foot on the heel part, but it will give you an extra bounce up on the Jordan 36. So it has a different sensation compared to the Y nuts. But for impact protection, both of these are really good. And of course, the Zions too are really good, but I like the overall cushion setup, of course, on the Jordan 36, then the Y nut 0.4, then the Zion ones. That is just my choice in my style of play, but some of you might like the Zions because of the maximum impact protection that you'll be getting, especially for bigger dudes or bigger players who are stocky or they're very heavy and having some knee problems. The Zions will really give you that impact protection that you need. Now let's move on to the traction of these three sneakers. So a little disclaimer, guys. These three sneakers are PF versions or with XDR rubber. So extra durable rubber for these three, which is Asia release. And the best, in my opinion, on a clean court, Jordan 36 grip is amazing on a clean court. It squeaks. Then next is the Y nuts. On a clean court, it grips really hard and there's a little bit of squeak. Then lastly, the Zions. It grips but not as hard as the ones on the 36 and the Y nuts. And in terms of outdoor use, the rubber materials, the thickest one, in my opinion, I would say is the Y nuts. Then Zions, because the Zions is thick but the grooves are shallow. While on the Jordan 36, the grooves are deep but the rubber threads are the thinnest among these three. So best for outdoor use is the Y nuts and of course the Zions. Then lastly, the Jordan 36. Plus, it's the most expensive, so I don't think it's recommended to be played outdoor on the Jordan 36. But if that's just your basketball sneaker, it will still be okay for outdoor use. But I'm just comparing the three sneakers, so I would choose the Why-Nots to be the best for outdoor use. And as for dust pickup, Why-Nots and the Jordan 36 are good in dust pickup, but on the Zions, that's where I had a little problem. The Zions on a dusty floor, that's where you will lose the grippiness of the Zions. And even on the moist floor, I'm having problems with the Zions on the moist floor. I'm not too sure if it's because of the icy sole of the Zions compared to the solid rubber of the 36 and the Why-Nots. So maybe the icy sole is a factor. Let me know in the comments down below if you have the same problem as me on the Zions, if you had the solid rubber outsole. Because I've talked to my friend who used Zions and he had the solid rubber outsole, and he said that his Zions was gripping really nicely on the floor that we played in, while this icy outsole wasn't performing as good as his traction. So I think more or less it's because of the icy outsole. So if you're getting a Zions, I would lean more on the solid rubber outsole. As for heel-to-toe transition, the three sneakers have very nice heel-to-toe transition, but the best one will be, of course, the Why-Nots. The coupled outsole and the curvature is really, really drastic. You can see the forefoot part really going up, and comparing it to Zions, which is a little bit more tame, and on the Jordan 36, the Why-Nots is higher, and it has a very nice heel-to-toe transition. I don't know what about the coupled outsole. They really make the sneakers very good in heel-to-toe transition, and of course this very curved heel. But on the Jordan 36, still very curved, and even on the Zions, the curve is still good. So, but comparing these three, heel-to-toe transition, the Why-Nots, Jordan 36, then the Zions. But as for stability, especially around the forefoot part, if you want to plant your foot fast and you are doing lots of powerful lateral movements, the Zions is the best choice because of how wide the forefoot part. You can see this lateral outrigger. It really makes your foot very stable. I actually stepped on an opponent with the Zions, and the Zions kind of caught me and prevented my ankle to roll more. So it prevented me from getting serious injury. So I thank the Zion ones for that. So stability on the Zion ones is really good. Plus it has the flattest outsole in the forefoot, so you can plant it faster and quicker and get your balance faster. The next one will be the Why-Nots. Although it's still curved, but on the Jordan 36, you can really see the protruding zoom unit that you can feel sometimes when you're doing lateral moves. Although it doesn't make you break your ankle, but you would feel it a bit, and it will you would kind of be conservative with your move and be aware of the protruding zoom unit on the Jordan 36. But on the Why-Nots, you can see it's flat and it is wider on the forefoot on the Why-Nots by just a bit compared to the Jordan 36. So I would say next one for stability is the Why-Nots, then lastly the Jordan 36. Now as for the weight of these three sneakers, let's weigh them in. The Why-Nots, 405. Then the Zions, 405, same. These are all US 11, yeah, US 11 on my Zions, US 11 too here on the Why-Nots, US 11 too on the Jordan 36. Jordan 36 is 420. So the Jordan 36 is the lightest in the signature line of Jordan, top of the line. I mean, from the Jordan 1 to the 36, this is the lightest. But comparing it with these two other sneakers, I was really surprised. I thought this was a little bit heavier, but it's 405. This one too is 405. I know that this is light, but I was kind of surprised with the Why-Nots because of the thicker materials above the Why-Nots. So really surprised with that. I really think this really made a huge difference, this decoupled outsole, and maybe the Phylon carrier the Phylan material sticker on the Y nuts compared to the Jordan 36, but this is lighter than the Jordan 36. I think this plate kind of gives additional weight to the Jordan 36 compared to the Y nuts, and yeah, basically that's where the weight is coming from, I think. As for the price point, guys, of course, this is the most expensive, 9,800 or 9,700. The Y nuts, 6,800, but currently a lot of colorways are on sale because this is the oldest among these three. While the Zions, 6,400, and also kind of on sale too. So I believe the Y nuts, I saw a post around 4,000 plus to 5,000 pesos. So very similar to the sale price of the Zions. So if you're more on a budget between these two, I would prefer the Y nuts compared to the Zions. But amongst these three, of course, nothing beats the cushion setup of the Jordan 36, zoom straw bell, full and zoom straw bell, 4-foot zoom unit, plus the very nice upper, and in my opinion, the 36 is the best looking among these three. Then next, the Y nuts, then next Zion. Sorry, Zion. Not too fan of the design, but it's okay, but it's not as good looking as the Jordan 36 and the Y nuts. So guys, I hope I helped you guys out. Let me know which of these three sneakers are you choosing. Hit me a comment down below and let me know why. And if you haven't watched my previous video, there's an ongoing raffle for that. So if you want to join, please drop by that previous video. It will be here in the outro of this video. Hopefully you'll win. I'll be announcing the winner soon. So this has been MARKCHES once again. Thank you for dropping by. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.